Holy cow, I thought that windmill blade coming over the roof of the house was a plane. It just scared me. This morning we got Dad, Justin, Austin, and Cooper all coming out. We're gonna be working on the wraparound porch. We have one final pole that we need to get set right here. There's some rotten boards over here that need to be ripped off and replaced. And then last but not least, on the poles here, we're gonna put like a little shelf. I don't even know what you'd call it, but basically where the deck's gonna be sitting on, we're gonna get that mounted on today.
Yeehaw! I'm walking towards my shop. Oh, Cooper needs help hooking up the hay mower. I'm kind of running on one cylinder this morning. I just feel like maybe crawling back in bed. But anyhow, hopefully get moving, drink lots of fluid, start feeling a little better today. Otherwise, I might be coming home later today and taking a little nap. I see Mama Cornstar and Anna. Cooper just got the disc mower out, and been nice to have been able to mow a little sooner, but with the rains we've been getting, it's been really hard to mow. But he's got a couple blades that he's gonna flip over. This is what you call a disc mower. This is an older one. I know Cooper would so much like to get a newer one, better one, but that might be down the way. Something about the smell of fresh hay being cut. Oh, it smells good. Cooper's heading off to the next field.
Said it before, guys. I'm gonna say it again. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to this stuff. Justin does. I just hold things and I go get stuff. Ooh, cotton candy.
Nice.
That's rotten.
Yeah.
I'm in a dark spot. You can't see me. Don't start looking at me yet. I gotta get where the sun, now you can see me. Gonna take the tickler bone here quick. I gotta move it out of the way. We were putting some def in it. And I realized our Thunder Creek trailer, we must have filled some other stuff up with def. We ran out of def, so I have to go get some more tomorrow, but that's okay. We got a 55-gallon or 50-gallon little def container up front. Let's get this out of the way. Then I want to jump on this semi-trailer here quick, back it out, start filling it with water, because hopefully a couple days we're going to be out spraying our corn. We need to get that done really bad. It's starting to take off. We got little weeds growing. Let's get this thing out of our way. You ever have one of them days you just want to put a blanket on and go to sleep? It's one of them days for me. I'm just a moaning and groaning. See if we can get this semi started and let her pump up the air brakes, and we'll bring it out. Put some water in the tanks. We'll give it 2 or 3 minutes for the air brakes to fill up with air, and then we can back her out. Well, we'll see how this works. I put you on the back of the trailer, so hopefully you don't fall off. But if you see a bunch of light and then dark, camera didn't survive. I'm running on 2 cylinders. I probably won't even be able to pull myself up the ladder. This ain't good. Whew. I'm gonna go over and see what the boys are doing and maybe sit down for a little bit. Oh, it's no fun when you don't feel good, does it? Or is it? I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
I got you black.
Awesome. Sweet. Thank you.
See how they look. Ooh. Now, fortunately for us, we've actually bought this wood over a year ago because the plans were to build the porch last summer, but then we had the windstorm come in, we had other buildings get damaged. Those took priority over this. So this wood has just been sitting inside the shed, and we have enough here to finish the substructure of the main shell. And if you're not familiar with the whole construction side of things, honestly, the whole commodity side of anything in the United States right now, prices are absolutely insane. I honestly don't follow the price of lumber too closely, but I've heard in the last little over a year or so, basically, price of lumber has gone from $15 for a sheet of plywood to $60. So I'm really glad that we ordered a lot of this material when we did, when it was a lot cheaper. To kind of rub salt into the old wound, not only are we paying way more for lumber right now, but it's also taking a really long time for stuff to come in. Fortunately for us, when it comes to materials on the house build here, stuff it's out, but it definitely could be worse. We ordered siding 2 weeks ago, and they're talking middle of July right now for when that's coming in, which sounds like a long way away, but we still have a lot of stuff to go here on the main construction of the porch, so it's really gonna be about perfect timing. And even if we wanted to do siding right now, we couldn't, because the porch has to be done before the siding can be done. Before we can get the deck part here done, we need to wait for the materials for the floor to come in, as well as for the rafters and the roof. Today's Memorial Day, so Austin and Justin had kind of a short day. They just wanted to get a few things tacked on. So they got this ledger board on here on this side of the house. They got the bottom side here done, and we got the other pole over on the other corner of the house, and they wanted to call it an early afternoon. That is fine. Dad said he wasn't feeling very well, so he actually took off just before lunch, and Cooper's off mowing hay. So I guess that kind of just leaves me to wander around the outside of the house here, and let's discuss a few things. The porch is going to be going from this corner of the house, wrapping all the way around to the kitty corner other side of it. So that means I'd like to have nice lighting with that. I mean, that's going to be a big space. So at the moment, I'm thinking of going with can lighting. I'm debating if I want to go every 6 feet or every 8 feet. I'm kind of leaning towards 6. I'd rather have it just a little bit brighter. And those will run all the way down through here, down to that end. But this end gets a little bit different here, because this is going to be the area that we're planning on closing off into a 3 seasons room. So I'm going to be adding more lights into there. I'll probably put a ceiling fan. I watched like a 5-minute video on how to be an electrician, so I'm going to try to tackle those myself. I don't think it'll be too hard. Hey, what you doing? You hurt? Come here. I'm not gonna hurt you. Oh, don't walk into the thistles. Oh no, that's pokey. Ow.
Poor thing.
Buddy. Oh, now you have to deal with Neva.
I will
Good luck,
take
buddy.
good care of you,
Good
bud.
luck.
Let's go. Vamonos. We have a pet bird.
These little guys right here, this is a starling. They're extremely messy birds. They just have diarrhea all the time. It's like Taco Bell 2.0.
You can have my rags.
All right. Here.
Aw, buddy, you just stepped in your water.
You just jumped in your water.
Look, go step on your rag. It's really comfortable. Let's find him some worms. That's what we should do. Because then it would trust us if we found it some worms. I'm serious. In most cases, chances of the bird surviving and being released back to the wild are almost non-existent. Well, my bird is going to survive, buddy.
You really should just let it out.
But you already named it.
I shouldn't have named the bird. All right, little buddy, we're taking you out of Neva's captivity. You can go free. There you go. Yep, go right under the house.
Sweetie, no, there's bad stuff down there.
That's the perfect spot.
You see, this is why we should have kept it in the box.
So back to the porch here. This is a relatively simple wraparound porch build. I mean, nothing's going to be too extravagant. It was relatively simple to put together. The hardest part that we had is figuring out how wide we were going to go in order to make it so that the hip of the roof matched up with the corner of the house. I wanted to go wider than 8 feet here and 10 feet down at the other end, just so we'd have more room on the porch. But the thing is, if we go wider, it would push this wall out further, which would push the hip of the roof to the right of the corner of the house. So it would be off by like a foot. And it wouldn't look very good. And also, then we'd have to change the pitch of the roof. Otherwise, the roof would end up like in the middle of those upstairs windows. The only other way to really get around that would be to tear this existing porch roof off and then build everything out wider. But I don't know. It just seemed kind of like an unnecessary expense. I mean, we're going to be using the porch a lot, but at the same time, it's not like we're going to be using it 24/7. So with the space that we have, should be ample enough to get by with what we need. Okay, guys, little weird sequence here, but I've basically been gone for several days, and this is a whole week after what you just seen like 5 minutes ago. I haven't been able to film at all this weekend while Justin was working on the porch here, but as we can see, we have the flooring on. Well, the substructure under the floor. After seeing this on here, it looks way bigger than it did when there was nothing here. This gives a little bit better perspective on this area over here. So this spot is 10 feet, and then I'm kind of thinking right between these windows here, we'll kind of have a wall built out. I don't know, sliding door or something through here. But then this will be kind of like the 3 seasons area. Put a ceiling fan up there, put a little extra lighting in this spot so that way we can see better, have a nice table here. We used to eat all of our farm lunches during the summertime right there in that shade spot underneath of the oak tree. But I'm thinking we might get a little upgrade up here. Our wood pile is definitely starting to dwindle down. There's only like $80,000 worth of wood still on there. But that should be enough to finish up with the sub flooring here on the existing part of the porch. I just visited with Justin this morning and he said that he ordered all the materials that we need for the rafters and the roof stuff. So we're hoping next weekend to be able to get a good chunk of that done. And he also said that we can start tearing this little triangle section of the roof off here because we're gonna be moving the edge of that roof from where it's at now all the way to straight above my head here, right to the corner of this pole. So in other words, this is gonna scoot about 8 feet over. And the awning part is gonna be really nice for multiple reasons. Number one, it's gonna protect the deck from the sun and other elements, so it's gonna last a lot longer. And number two, it's gonna provide a lot of shade for the house, so that way it should stay a lot cooler in the house. And also, we can leave our windows open if it's raining because we'll have the awning to protect everything, unless it's raining sideways. But there we go. And that's pretty much all I have. I just want to remind everybody, we just had a new Cornstar Farms merch drop, so be sure to go check out those shirts through the link in the description. Got hats and 15% off pit vipers down there as well. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.